Hello everybody, Lego Master JM or the Dr. 727 with Frost County's Bravest here for a tutorial video. Today we're going to be showing you how to set up Teamspeak with your computer for anybody that is a part of our departments. Now this is only for departments, don't worry about it if you are just a civ. Don't need it. For people that are part of the departments, we have allied with another department and they are letting us be allowed to use their TeamSpeak for our department radio comms. What this means is that we'll be doing that correctly. So, anyways, let's get started with it on how you're going to run this. So, first what you're going to do is just download TeamSpeak by itself. Download it. I've already had this download, so it shows up in my downloads files. Basically, go and find wherever that is, TeamSpeak. So you can search it up. Basically, find where that's at, double click it, and basically you will get a little thing, basically run it. Always ask it to run it. It'll start, please wait while setup is loading, and it'll start unpacking the data and whatnot. However, I don't want this to do it, so what I'm going to do is basically, well, essentially it'll get to this, you click next to continue, scroll all the way down, basically get through your terms and services. If you want to read them, feel free. Click next. Stall for, it depends on what you want to do with it, and just follow the prompts and whatnot until you get down to the end of it, and whatnot, and fully install it. I'm going to cancel that due to the fact that I already have it installed. Once it's installed, you can go to your browser, figure out where that is, and open up your TeamSpeak here. I already have it open. So when you do that, you're going to want to create your account with TeamSpeak and whatnot if you don't already have a TeamSpeak. Once you've created an account with TeamSpeak and have gotten that all set up, you'll be good to go and should be on this sort of thing. Now, with the being said, once you're on this, you want to go to your tools, go to your options, and automatically just off the bat, this is for FCB units for doing our stuff. So you're going to want to automatically go to your capture, and then essentially instead of voice activation detection, you're going to want to do push to talk instead and set up a hotkey for that. Okay, and then once you're done with that, you're also fine and dandy with that. Then what you're going to want to do is start working to get into the server. How you can get into the server, for example, is you can go to your bookmarks tab up here, go to manage bookmarks, and essentially I already have my own bookmark here, but for FCB Radio Coms for FCB, I basically just named it this. You basically can do the same if you're part of FCB. If you're part of PSCRP, just do whatever you wish for that. I know both people will be watching this. Anyways, the nicknames will be different depending on which stuff you're part of. Don't worry, you can always change your nickname ahead in the server if you want. I believe so. You should be able to. If I'm wrong about that, no big deal. You can just go back and basically disconnect from there and then set this up, and then you'll be good. Anyways, and then you're going to want to put in the server address here, which is, this is the server address here. There's no server password, there's no default channel or default channel password that you need to enter and whatnot. And then once you're done with that, you can click OK, and it should probably have saved. That is, you'll basically want to put all this information in after you click Add Bookmark. I forgot to say that, but yeah, Add Bookmark, and then you can enter in all the fields, and then you'll be good. I don't need this, so I can delete this. Then you can click this, you good. And then you basically, to get into the server, just go to your connections, connect, well, actually, you just basically just go to your bookmarks, and then it should list the thing here, and then you can click it, and then you're connected into the server, like so. Our stuff for FCB is all the way down at the bottom. RTO are heavily enforced for mixed department comms, LEO comms, fire EMS comms, DOT comms. And then our TAC channels, you don't really need to worry about. We also have there's also a public AFK channel to where everybody can go down into. Without further ado, let's get started on doing stuff with the mic clicks and whatnot. So, once you're in here, you basically want to go and download some files. You're essentially going to be downloading 3 things in this. So you're going to download radio effects, and you're going to also want to go and download the files here. Basically, you can click download this file here. It should do a WinRAR thing. If you don't have WinRAR, it may just send it to a compress zip file, or something like that. Anyways, basically, you want to have radio effects. You can download that. Simply click download. It will download it, and I already have the set downloaded, so I can click cancel. And then you're also going to want to download this. Link will be in the description. And click download this file on the side here. Thank you for downloading. It will start in 2 seconds. If it does not start, you can do that. And then it'll give you a WinRAR file. You can basically save that anywhere within your downloads for the time being. Then essentially what you're going to want to do is there should be a thing in that to where you can basically go to your documents. You can go to your plugins. You'll want to double click on this. Basically, that is for the radio effects. Then you can install that and whatnot. It'll install it, and you should be fine with that. What that does is essentially you go to your Teamspeak, you right-click on any of your things. You should see a little radio effects thing here and a radio effects channel. That should be fine there. However, if you want mic clicks, double-click on the file, and then basically your mic click on and off wave, you want to basically copy these files. So, well, essentially, you want to copy these files anyways, but if you drag and drop, it should copy as well. Then basically what you're going to want to do is make sure that if you can find it, you can either search it up or whatnot. Basically, you're going to want to go basically create a shortcut to your desktop. I already have this in here, so you're going to want to right-click on this and then go to Open File Location. Or you can go to your local disk, your programs files, and then find TeamSpeak 3 client. Then you're going to want to scroll up to your sound, go to your default, and then it should be all the way in into so if you basically have your files here to where you're basically going to want to I think replace your files here to where it says yeah, you're going to want to basically essentially copy your files into the here and basically replace the 2 files there. And you can basically, if there's any files in here that say neutral, you can basically just get rid of those completely. you don't need those. Once you do that, it should be working correctly and whatnot. If it doesn't work correctly and whatnot, just let me know. And we'll try and work with you as best as we can. It should work correctly to where you can just basically copy the files into here, and it should be fine. And basically just replace it. But yeah, that should be that. And then once you've done that and whatnot, you're gonna wanna close down your TeamSpeak and then relaunch it, of course. However, due to the fact that everything on my end is completely fine and good, should be fine. However, for your basically any channel that says RTO, you're gonna wanna right-click on it and go to your radio effects thing that we installed earlier. You go to your radio effects channel, and then for here, you're gonna wanna basically right-click on here, go to your radio effects channel. You're gonna want to do this each time you sign in, I think, unless for some reason there's an issue. And then you're gonna want to change it to 370, 3070 for the range in. Then change the destruction to be 7, and then change the frequency range out to 370 and 3070 as you did for the range in. So the range in and range out are the same thing, and then the destruction is, you're going to want to set that to 7, and then you should be fine. You can do that for all your channels and whatnot, and it should be good to where you're basically hearing other people differently like that. So that's that. And if you have your mic clicks installed correctly, you should be hearing that. And everybody else who has that will hear that as well. Or at least they should. With the fact of that. You're also going to want to make sure that when you're in your tools and options, you basically have your notifications pack set to the female. And then the playback to have own client play mic clicks and then other client play mic clicks. So that basically just allows it to where you can hear your own mic clicks and you can hear other players' mic clicks. Then, if you have those two basically up, you're going to want to basically make sure those are checked, and then click Apply, and then click OK. And then it should be good, and whatnot. If for any reason there is issues and whatnot, I do apologize, and I'm not the best at walkthroughs, but I at least hope this will help you somewhat, and you can probably mix around with it a little bit, and figure out what's wrong and whatnot. But anyways, that's really it. So, yeah. I hope you did enjoy this video, and I hope you did find it informative. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, leave it down below. Like the video. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like, and if you're new, subscribe to us. That is greatly appreciated. Also, hit that notification bell to stay up to date with anything we release. But yeah, that is going to do it. I am the Dr. 727, or Lego Master JM, with Frauds County's Bravest, signing off.
What's on